Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of SeptumSin versus the World / Delusions of Grandeur. As we have another pickup that we are doing in order to do well. I've actually got the Delusions little thing up on the side. I'll end with the, of course, with the Inside Movies Galore theme because that'll work out well anyway because we are going on live tonight with Clerks 3. Which I will be hosting. Yay. So we got some stuff here, and I got one thing that came in the mail today, and that was an upgrade. So I'll start us off with that. We'll just keep going one at a time until we hit around 8 o'clock, and then that's all she wrote. I did a whole bunch of stuff with the letter R recently, and Q. Because Q really wouldn't have been much of a pickup. I had like maybe 5 or 6 items. I was like, okay, I can do that all day. So I'm at P in the collection, which is interesting. So, but this one came today, and it's going to be sitting outside until I open the bins again. And that is The Witches of Eastwick. Now, I did get a Region B Blu-ray, but I can't find any other ones for it. And, of course, this is a classic. I thought I didn't have it, but apparently I do have a DVD copy of it. But, you know, this will be a better one. So it's an upgrade. It's Region B, but I have a all-region player. And, of course, this is about, well, you've got this warlock, and he's kind of like training these 3 in witchcraft. And then they get mad with him and turn the tables on him. Oh, let me, actually, let me do this way. No, that way. Yeah. And, it's not a bad movie. It was actually a really good movie, really well done. It has Cher in it, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Susan Sarandon, and, Jack Nicholson at the head. That's not a bad combo right there. You've seen that one, right, Dave?
Oh, yeah. It goes right up there with Wolf.
All right. Well, I'll switch this off for you.
Alrighty. So the first thing that I'm going to show, it's not a movie. It's not a TV series. It's actually a comic book.
Ooh.
It's an omnibus, which I think there are like 3 or 4 of them out there for this particular comic book character. I decided to get something on She-Hulk.
Ah.
This is an omnibus of sorts. It's the complete collection of the stuff by Don Slott, put together by Juan Babilo, Paul Pelletier, and Scott Collins. So it was maybe $30 used. So
I haven't read much in the way of She-Hulk. I remember that I think she got her powers from a blood transfusion, much like Doc Samson did or something like that.
Yeah.
And in fact, I don't even think people talk about Doc Samson much these days. This next one's a documentary. And this is one that we covered on the channel. And that is Pennywise, the story of It. Now, this is not about the book It. It's not about the new movie It. This is purely about the what was it, 80s/90s miniseries. I can't remember what it was, 80s or 90s. And it's actually pretty well done. I mean, I thought it was a pretty good documentary. It'll join my little documentary shelf because I am separating out my documentaries from a lot of my pickup stuff. That's actually one of the few categories that is going to remain. Tabletop gaming / LARPing, documentaries, Criterion stuff, and Christmas stuff. Mainly because, especially for Christmas stuff, Criterion works well together. The role-playing stuff I just like having together. And I can never find what I want to watch at Christmas when Christmas rolls around, so it's better if I have it all just in one place. But you liked that one. You were the one who suggested it, if I recall correctly.
Yes, I do. But I still haven't picked up a copy of it for myself. But that being said, my next item, it's not a movie, it's not a TV series yet, but I do have some of those to share today. But when I was at Half Price Books the other day, they ended up having another CD collection of radio programs, all dealing with bad girls.
Oh.
This has to do with the dames of radio. Stuff like the Molly Mystery Theater, Boston Blackie, Inner Sanctum Mysteries, Suspense, The Whistler, Dragnet. Just various episodes that females have been part of, So I thought it was interesting. Plus, it's still in its plastic from Radio Spirits.
Not bad.
For
radio
$20.
shows are interesting. I've got a couple of radio programs on my stuff. Like I got a best of Firesign Theater, which was really cool. But mostly but of course I can't listen to CDs in my car anymore because most modern cars have gotten rid of CD players.
Which sucks.
So this next one is a series. I haven't seen it, but I had to open it in order to get everything to fit inside it. And that is the series Penny Dreadful. I got this for I don't remember how I got it, to tell you the truth. And maybe somebody gave it to me. Maybe I bought it cheap. Was a Showtime series. It's a Showtime horror series. I don't know much about it. I haven't watched even an episode of it. But it looks like it was, a lot of people liked it. So it might, cat. Might be.
Josh Hartnett was in it. So that I do know.
So yeah, that's a cool one.
Okay. So the first of many TV series that I have to show you. Now, this series ran for seven seasons, but they have only put out 5 of them. And this is the first 4 seasons of the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I got this today. Been waiting for it for a week and a half. So I now finally had the first 4 seasons. Didn't know that it had an official release of the first 4 seasons. But I guess this looks like a Walmart box set. So I'm assuming that Walmart came out with this box set like long ass time ago, and they just went out of print, and that's why I didn't see them as much.
But usually, you look in Walmart and you'd see some of these, they'd have 4 seasons and one set or something like that.
Correct.
Yeah. Every time I think of Beverly Hillbillies, I think of the Weird Al song that he did. So this next one here is a 20th Century Fox animation that was done before they went Disney. And, of course, I guess it's a Disney production now, but that is the Peanuts movie. I have never seen it, but it was excessively cheap. I think I got it, at one of the really cheap bins, at that $4 bin at Walmart. I was like, you know what? I could get this. It can't be that bad. And I've heard mixed things about it. I've heard some people say it was really good. I've had some people say that it was okay. I haven't heard anybody say it's dreadful.
I've heard the same, but the animation looks like crap.
That's kind of almost looks stop motion-y.
All right. So first big box set. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. It's gonna take 1 moment to bring it all the way out because I stuck it in here. Oh, it is a heavy ass motherfucker. It is the entire and complete series of Gunsmoke. This is a massive set. They sell these at Walmart, and I ended up. I guess it's the 65th anniversary. It's 20 seasons. 20 fucking seasons. Massive set. Yeah, I mean, I could do weightlifting with this sucker. I literally could probably lose all my 500 pounds.
Well, let me see here. Hold on. We've got here Vic 101 Network saying, "Hi there. I saw your movie review on Wall-E Meets Popeye." Well, thank you for looking at the review. I actually just talked about. I was just talking about Steve Rudzinski. He's got some very fun movie content and a lot of good stuff. But thank you for thank you for stopping in. It is cool. Of course, as you watch Dave and I go over our vices together. So right here is one. I don't even know where I got this from. I know I didn't purchase it. Maybe you sent it to me. Maybe What Movie One sent it to me. I don't know who sent it to me. Oh, there we go. And that is a Danny Trejo film called Pastor Shepherd.
I think I sent that to you.
And the reason why I say it is that the way this is, if it was me, I probably wouldn't have. But I had to get this. I mean, I probably wouldn't have gotten this, but I had to keep it. I mean, Danny Trejo gets together with somebody who basically hunt down and beat up a televangelist who gypped his mother out of a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Working on my own Popeye movie. If you want to review it when it comes out, I don't mind. Well, hey, if you remind me of the name of it around the time it comes out, I am always willing to check out some stuff as it comes. I am trying to get back into reviewing. I'm actually making a movie of my own. And that's been taking more time than I wanted to, as movies do. But it's my fault for having a large cast. But definitely, I'd be glad to check it out if I see, because there's a lot of cool stuff out there. What I liked about Wall-E Meets Popeye is that it wasn't a horror movie. It was more of a love letter to it, and just kind of a zany little comedy, which I thought was really cool at the time. Because everybody, when they come to these things, these guys go mainstream. They go, well, let's do horror. So it's kind of cool to see somebody do something new.
So the next massive set that I picked up, but it's not as massive as per se as a Gunsmoke, but it's still pretty impressive. It's also probably from Walmart because it's got the Walmart cases in it. It's the complete Bonanza. The official complete series of Bonanza, and that one has 14 seasons. And that's where, if you didn't have Bonanza, you wouldn't have like Little House on the Prairie and Highway to Heaven or anything like that. So
I used to have a Walmart set of Have Gun Will Travel. I watched all of it and then realized I don't want to watch that much Western.
Well, I decided to get those because I've very rarely ever seen episodes, and anytime I try to catch it on MeTV or whatnot,
Massive.
it like starts in the fucking middle, and I don't want to watch the fucking middle. I want to watch it from beginning to end. So
yeah, both series are massive, especially Gunsmoke. My goodness. So let's see here. Can't stop laughing when Wall-E Meets Popeye came out. Yes. I do think that Steve Rudzinski does amazing work in there. Wall-E Meets Popeye was very fun. And he's working on Carousel 4 now. So if you want to go support him on his Kickstarter for that, definitely you should check it out. Because Carousel, I mean, I've got the first 3 of those. And they're pretty good horror movies. As I just said after I said, Man, I like that he doesn't do some of the stuff that's horror, but you know, his horror is also pretty good as well. Now, speaking of stuff that's not horror and it's also fairly funny, is a little gaming show called The Party. This is season 1. It's pretty much a this is kind of a bootleg of it because there is no physical release. But it is a YouTube show, so if you want to, you can look it up on YouTube. Sadly, they've kind of shut down. They're not doing anything else on that. That site's kind of dead, which is sad because it's about this group of people that gets together. This one woman who wants to run her own D&D game, and she has and in this is somebody who is kind of like a probationer who ends up coming in there and learning about role playing and all the cool stuff therein. It's a really fun series. I really enjoy that series, and I'm kind of glad that I made sure I've got a physical copy because they're already not updating the site. How long before the YouTube channel is taken down, and then the party is gone forever? Because that happens.
Yes, it does. Speaking of bootlegs, I picked up a few. This is not an official release. This is a professionally done printed bootleg of the show, probably made by someone who actually has production values, because you probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference. This is The Punisher, the first 2 seasons. Compact enough, and I'm at least on the last episode of the first season. So
it's a good show. I mean, I've watched all of it, and it's pretty fun. Most of those are actually pretty good. The only one that's kind of iffy is Iron Fist, but even that one's not bad. It's just, you gotta look at it as less of a superhero movie and more like a season of Succession.
Yes.
But yeah, I have actually seen most of the Marvel stuff except for Marvel Zombies and Wonder Man. But it's just, you got to put a lot of effort, and almost everything Marvel is like hours long and stuff like that. And just I don't have all the time in the world. I got Shirley Temple set to go through. So next up is a film that is an Oscar nominee, which is called Parallel Mothers. Well, that pattern does not do well on the screen.
No.
Yeah, but I'll read this here to you. 2 women, Janice and Anna, coincide in a hospital room where they are going to give birth. Both are single and become pregnant by accident. Janice, middle-aged, doesn't regret it, and she is exultant. The other, Anna, an adolescent, is scared, repentant, and traumatized. Jana tries to encourage her while they move like sleepwalkers along the hospital corridors. The few words they exchange in these hours will create a very close link between the two, which by chance develops and complicates things in their lives in a decisive way. Now, this one, I believe, is a Spanish language movie. So, you know, it's kind of cool in that sense. I mean, it was very good. It's just one of those art house movies that you gotta be in for art house if you're gonna be in. If you're all in for art house, you need to be all in for art house. That's just how I look at it. And hello, John Knight. It is good to see you. I actually do have one Animu-ish related coming up, but it's gonna be a little bit.
Alrighty. So, next bootleg. Yes. Show me the boot with your leg in it. Anyways, is the new Frasier. The first 2 seasons of the new Frasier. saw this for relatively cheap, and in the middle of watching it right now. And I'll probably go back to it, but I guess Frasier is showing up in several areas of the TV shows. I think he was just on a show that I've been watching called The Hunt. Hunting Party. There we go. The Hunting Party. So he showed up as one of the serial killers there. I thought that was kind of funny. But in any case, yeah, Frasier. First, the first 2 seasons of the new show.
Oh, Women's History Month. You don't say. Interesting. I mean, I knew that the last month was Black History Month, but I never think about the others, like Women's History Month. Interesting.
It's funny how they put a month to everything.
Well, I know. Well, I can understand. The concept is basically it's for groups that are not celebrated for 11 months out of the 12. So I guess that makes sense. That's why there's no white straight male history month, because every month is white straight male history month. So this here, you might actually have these, but because I think you did show them off earlier on. My mother has been kind of trying to take things down. I mean, she's getting older, so she's like, I'm going to head this off before I get too old to deal with it, and I don't want to deal with a lot of stuff. So I went through a lot of her stuff to see if there's anything that I am like big into. And this first one's a series I've watched part of, and I never really finished. And that is a series called The Pretender. So that is season 1. That is season 2. This is season 3. This is season 4. That's the series, but they also had 2 movies, and that's the movies, which I believe ends the story.
Yeah, well, not really, but
well, as much as you're gonna get, I guess.
Yes.
So, The Pretender's about this guy who's kind of like this science experiment dude who is able to, so smart that he can basically fake it and be almost anything skill-wise. He goes on the run, and kind of the same thing as like Quantum Leap and a lot of things. It's like individual stories. He sets up shop, but then has to pick up and leave because the institute or whatever is hunting him down, and you know how that is.
He's kind of like a MacGyver type character.
Yeah, he is. It's okay. All right, so that's a big one right there, but it's kind of cool to have it. A lot of series like that I don't really go for because of the length and the space it takes up, but that one has more of a sentimental thing because I watch it with my mother a lot.
Okay, so next I decided to go with a comedian, which always said that he got no respect.
Oh.
Rodney Dangerfield. This set kind of reminded me of when I picked up the another comedian set. This is like all of his like TV specials that he was that he had with people, even some like interviews that he had with like Johnny Carson and whatnot. And some of them were done in his actual club that he had for a time. So over time, I mean, he did like add a few. It wasn't like he did the same jokes every single time. Not as he got older, he got more repetitive, but throughout some of his specials, he came up with new material on the spot. So
yeah, it was a good one. I liked his movies that he was at. And he helped a lot of other comedians get in there.
Oh yeah,
Let's see. Gate the Complete Collection. I have not seen that. I have it on DVD, but I have not seen it yet. I almost wanted to get that one that looks like the ammo box, but I need to watch it. But there's a lot of things I need to watch. Shoot, half this pile I need to watch. Shoot, most of this pile I need to watch. I've only seen two items entirely. I've seen a handful of I've seen a number of these Pretender episodes. But matter of fact, out of all this, I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4 of the items. That's sad. So let's see here. This next one's a documentary. And that is a Breaking Glass documentary. I don't really like Breaking Glass because they kind of abuse the filmmakers a bit and mess with the rights. But I didn't realize it at the time I bought this. And it's out of print already. Probably because the filmmaker got tired of their stuff being messed with and took it away. But that is Pretending to be Superman, the video game story. So it's about Tony Hawk, the Tony Hawk games, the story behind it, and the revolution that it had. And it was. I remember when I first played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. It had a demo disc. Back then, PlayStation did demo discs. And me and my friends got a hold of the demo disc. And we were here in this house back when my grandparents owned it many years ago. And we were downstairs, and we were all the demo just had the first level in it. And we were looking at the point totals like, no one can beat that point total. And we played it the whole weekend, essentially, up here. We would do D&D at night, and then during the day, we were just like playing this as the time goes, we were just taking turns. And eventually, we had all surpassed that, 2,000 points by the time we ended the trip, which is fun. Tony Hawk had a lot of cool stuff, great music. Goldfinger particularly. I mean, Superman is definitely an amazing song from them. Hang-Ups is an amazing album, too, so to speak, as well.
All right, so last time, if you've been following our pickup videos, I showed that I picked up the first 2 seasons of this show, which I haven't even checked out. I heard about this show from a friend of mine who they were asking me if I knew the show, and no, I wouldn't have known the show because it wasn't something that you could just pick out of a hat, but it's called Greek. And this is the chapter 3 or season 3 of it. Ended up finding the 3rd season at Half Price Books this last time. So to add it to my first 2 seasons, and I know that they've got a 4th season out there somewhere, and I think that's all they have of that show. But haven't checked it out. It's supposedly like a high school college show or whatnot. Has to do with Delta Phi or something like that. Along the lines of Animal House type.
Oh! I was thinking Die Delta Phi.
Yeah, no.
Don't step on my computer, Cat. But if you step on the computer keyboard, it will mess us up. So, this next one is a one that should not have to be on bootleg. There's actually a live action adaptation of anime called Cutie Honey, and that one got an official release. And I do not understand why this one does not have one, because that Cutie Honey live action was actually really good. I enjoyed it, but this live action here was even better. It did really good. It was well written, well acted. And that is the Sailor Moon, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, not anime, live action. It actually was really cool. I mean, it even had an arc where Sailor Mercury turned evil, and it was really good. It was a very good series. So it bothers me that I have to kind of resort to that in order to even have the series. It's because it was such a good series.
Alrighty. So, the only way that you can get the most out in the wild of this show is in this set.
Uh-oh.
This is a show that popped on in Back to the Future, and it woke Marty and Doc up after a certain time. It is the Howdy Doody Show. The Howdy Doody Show. This is the 40 episode collector set of this show. This is the most that's on any set that's out there. I do not think there's anything in a seasonal type thing, so don't even bother. But it comes with like this book, this small commemorative book. Got pictures and
it's Howdy Doody time.
From the show and stuff. I thought this was cool for $14.99 at Half Price Books.
I never watched an episode of it.
Never, neither have I. So this will be a first when I actually go through it. But I wish, and I know that there's a new Howdy Doody show set that's out there that I'm curious about, but it looks like kind of funky. So
there's a my father loved Howdy Doody growing up, but that just goes to show you how old I am for my father being in the generation where that's the case. Let's see. All right, so I've got this one, and then I'm going to start. Now I'm going to put this stack up while you present your next one, and grab another stack. All right, that is the movie Prey. I worried about Prey actually not coming out because they had said, well, maybe we're not going to release it physically, which I'm glad they decided to. And this is the 4K of it. This was interesting because it was the Predator gone back in time to like where you had like a Native American tribe, and this person ended up hunting the Predator, kind of turning the tables on the Predator. And it was a really good one. I know there's another one set back in time, and I don't know what that one is. I haven't watched much of the more recent Predator stuffs, but it looked fun, and I did really like this. It actually was really well done. And so I will definitely watch it again in the future. It was well worth checking out. You saw that one, didn't you, Dave?
Yeah, and I liked it. I still haven't seen Killer of Killers and or Badlands, but I did see the Asylum's version of the Badlands recently, and that one wasn't actually too bad, to be fair and honest, for once. But
I'll pick this up while you move on to the next one. I'll be right back.
Sure. So what I have here are some more bootlegs. And the reason why I have this stack is I wanted to get into Yellowstone. Now, these are all bootlegs. I don't care what you say, but they are not selling a 5-season thing of Yellowstone in the actual stores. This is the first 5 seasons, which means you got parts 1 and 2 of 5 in here, along with the 4 seasons. You will not find this in the actual stores. You'll only find this on eBay. And they sold them with these. The 1883 predecessor season, and then you will not find this also in the stores. The seasons 1 and 2 of the 1923 series with Harrison Ford in them as well. So, knowing that the Marshalls that it has to do with the Yellowstone series is coming out soon, I needed to catch up on Yellowstone in order for me to even start watching any of the Marshalls. So these are all Yellowstone bootlegs.
I thought they released Yellowstone on official.
They did, and they have them all official. but you will not find in the regular stores a 5-season set. Because what they did is they split season 5 into 2 parts and sold those in 2 different parts, and they split the seasons 1 and 2 of 1923 into 2 different things for people to buy them. But I bought for $40 the bootleg because it's cheaper.
Well, I thought I'd bring this out because it's micro budget, and I know you like micro budget. I even have some anime in here at a point down, a little further down. If you're still watching, John Knight, I do have a few pieces of anime in there, but I'll catch that in actually the next one, matter of fact. And that is this one here is called Prince of the Crimson Void, which is, I believe, Dakota Ray's newest short film.
I didn't even realize he has a new one.
Well, I want to say he released it last year, but 2022. Never mind. Maybe that's his feature film. Oh no, this is a full length feature. Never mind. This is the one I must have stopped on because I saw the last one, and I used to keep up with watching his stuff. But 2023 came out, and when 2023 came, I wasn't able to watch some of his stuff because his stuff is very dark and depressing, and it's not bad. I mean, I would say it's dark and depressing
in a good way.
Exactly, in a good way. But I haven't been in a good mental state, so it was hard to watch some of these. But Dakota Ray does an amazing job with some of his works. This one looks like it's got the color red as his primary color because he likes to make his feature films feature a color that they kind of have a shading in. This one being red, and that's a pretty cool one, really, if you think about it. Have you seen that one yet?
I haven't seen that one. In fact, I've got to replace a case for the last one that I bought from him, which was this one. This was his last short film.
Yeah, I've got that one too.
But I'm going to outfit that with a better case because unfortunately, I in a fallout with some CDs, I think the case got crushed. So luckily, the DVD was fine.
One of these days, Dave, I'm going to hear about, like, in the paper that you were buried alive, and you're like, but
that is the way I want to go. Buried alive in my stash of movies.
Killed by your own collection. It turned on you.
In fact, I'm going to soar that.
All right. Well, actually, I believe it is your turn anyway, isn't it? Or were you showing that off as?
No. So Tammy and I have been going through series and binging them, and we started with started with All in the Family, and then I decided to outfit myself with the Complete Jeffersons a series, which is a Norman Lear production, and just because that is a Norman Lear production, so is this. Maud, the first time you ever see B. Arthur before she was in Golden Girls. So had to get those two sets. I haven't even opened Maud. I've watched at least the first disc of the first season of the Jeffersons, just so that we get a feel for them. And the first comment out of Tammy's mouth is like, "I can't believe they were able to say that on TV."
Well, you can say that a lot of his stuff because he pushed the envelope. I mean, All in the Family really pushed the envelope a lot, showing the
racism.
Yeah. I mean, Archie Bunker was the typical, uh, you know, working class conservative man back in those days. But but of course he was able to learn and do for some of the people there. There was a lot of a lot of there. I mean, Sally Struthers, before she decided to go to Africa to raise funding for that, was in there. So very interesting series. So this here is 2. I've got Princess Principal Crown Handler 3. So there you go, John. If you're still looking, there's some anime on that. I have not watched any Princess Principal, but this is the complete series. And I've got Crown Handler 1 and 2. I must have shown those off before I even showed off the series. So let me read what this is about. Early in 20th century, the discovery of, I gotta get really close to this, cavorite, an anti-gravity substance, gave birth to a technological renaissance, including the development of giant airships and other fantastical inventions. However, the scientific revolution was not only one afoot, as Great Britain was torn in two by an armed rebellion, when the oppressed poor finally turned on the ruling elite. Now the Commonwealth has a plan to take Albion by force. Take Albion by stealth. By stealth. Substituting their undercover operative, Angie, for the beautiful young Princess Charlotte. But Charlotte and Angie both have surprises in store for the respective governments, and instead hatch a plan wherein the princess herself will act as an agent in exchange for help in claiming the throne. So, interesting little series there. Princess Principal. I know I bought them on Sentai. Yep, exactly. Sentai Filmworks.
Okay.
And those sales get you on a lot of things, and these are fun.
So next I have a bootleg of the series Star Wars: The Mandalorian. The reason why I picked it up on bootleg is because it is cheaper than getting the actual Disney official seasons, but they did not come out with a third season, so fuck them. So and besides, I'm one of those people who think that Disney should die and get reborn. But I'm glad that I was able to get this so that I at least can see what they put out of it, even though they've ended the series.
Yeah, it was good from what I've seen about it. So here's one that I got an essential from Funimation back when they were Funimation, and that is Prison School. So apparently these 5 guys were going to an all-girls school, and they finally started to try and integrate men into the school, and they got caught peeping. So now they're sentenced to a full month in prison for doing so by the student council. It's amazing how powerful the student council is in the anime schools, that they can imprison people for a month. But I haven't seen much else about it, but it does look entertaining. Yep, there you go. I can say I have that. All right, Dave.
All right. Next, this at least completes my Star Trek pickups, at least for the time being, till Star Trek Academy comes out. I'm not even interested in picking up any of the animated crap. This is Star Trek Discovery, and I had at least the first 3 seasons on DVD, but they came out with a box set, so I figured, you know what, I'll scrap my three, get this set, and there we go. But this one came from China, so I almost wonder if it's a boot. But it doesn't matter. It is what is, and I'm going to enjoy it whether I want it or not. So,
Well, it could have been just manufactured in China. They do make a lot of them.
could have.
So here's one that's an oldie but goodie, and that is Howard Stern's Private Parts. Now, this is one, it needs to be on Blu-ray. I remember watching it many years ago, and it's just basically the tale of Howard Stern. And I believe that the man himself is in it, playing himself, I believe. Let's see here. Yep. So, Howard Stern was the original shock jock, so to speak. For those who didn't know, that person, without Howard Stern, you wouldn't have people like, what's his name? What is the guy?
Disc jockey?
No, like the podcaster. What's his name? His brother's a comedian.
Joe Rogan?
Yeah, Joe Rogan. You wouldn't have Joe Rogan if you didn't have Howard Stern originally. I can guarantee you. Howard Stern definitely was the big pioneer for that sort of thing.
Alrighty, so I've been collecting this as a series, and I thought I had the part one to this, but I sadly do not. They did it kind of funky in the final season. They split up the fifth season, so I got the volume 2 of it, thinking I had the first part, and so now next week I have to go and buy the other one. Just to complete it, but Hell on Wheels. This was the series that the dude in Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, who plays Christopher Pike, had, and in the first 2 seasons, the rapper Common was part of it. So I thought this was a good series on how Tombstone was put together, and what's funny is Colm Meaney, who was on Star Trek Next Generation for many years, was part of the series, and then it just so happens that the guy who plays the lead character in here becomes Christopher Pike in the Star Trek universe. So I thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, that's the final set in the Hell on Wheels. Although nowadays you can buy the complete series for like $23 right now. So, but I had already collected the first 4, so it was like,
yeah, just end it. Get it as it is in that format. I mean, I've got all of a couple of series like that. Now, here's 2 movies I went ahead and I know there's more in the series, but I think I'm just leaving it at the first 2 because I think they're the only ones that have John Ritter in them. And that is Problem Child 1 and Problem Child 2. Now, John Ritter was definitely missed. And these were big back when I was growing up, about this very evil little kid. I mean, shoot, he idolized a freaking serial killer for one of these things. I need to rewatch it to see if I hate them or not. But I feel like they're worth having, and they're fairly nice versions of the Blu-rays. So it's kind of cool to have those original ones from back when I was a child. But I wasn't a problem child. Definitely not like him anyway. Nowhere near as badly behaved.
I remember when Problem Child was the movie that every kid wanted to see. That and Home Alone. Those two were phenomenal hits for us kids. But anyways, so I'm gonna this is the last of my stuff, but I'm gonna show these off in the order that they are in the season. I've been collecting. I have the first 4 seasons of Murder, She Wrote already. So here I have the 5th season, the 6th season, the 8th season, which those I got for $5 a piece. The 10th season and the 11th season, which the ones that I'm missing in between, they're on their way. So I now will have the complete Murder, She Wrote, even though, you know, some of them will not be space savers.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of people who swear by that show. I have never watched an episode, but I do know the theme. The theme is iconic, which is why, I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely a theme that's memorable.
Well, I've got quite a few. Well, I've got almost an infinite number left, it seems like. But I guess I'll keep going until we hit the clock on there. And if you have anything to bring up, you just tell me, Dave.
I might have a stack of books, but I'd have to go out and grab them.
So this here is a film called The Project. There's no escape from this movie, apparently. I always hate it when I don't remember why or where I got something. After supposedly witnessing a drug deal, Melody Dawson is kidnapped by a ruthless, rage-filled man named Jason and his brother Devin. Melody is locked in the basement where she can hear the conversation between Jason, Devin, and a woman named Ashley through the vent. She tries to use the information as she gains to play them, but they find out her father is wealthy and consider asking for a ransom. Just when she needs her wits the most, Melody starts seeing a double of herself who starts giving her instructions on how to escape. It's interesting. Did you give me this one? I don't know where I got that. I have no freaking clue.
Sounds interesting.
Now, this is one that is really cool. And for anime lovers, this one's even cooler for them. Which is, of course, this is called The Promised Neverland. This is Aniplex. Extremely expensive stuff right there. But I've heard so many good things. It's got this gold embossed letters and stuff like that. It's about this like home filled with children, but some weird stuff is happening to these kids. So I've heard a lot of good things about this season. I have, however, the opposite about season 2. From what I've heard, they went off the rails and did their own thing, and it just didn't work out. But for stuff like that, it's good to have it, because stuff like that tends to go out of print. If you know what I mean. Where is that?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I even had I had something lined up for that, but I lost it. Oh well. Ernest will just have to wait for the next time I say that. But the next one here is one that you might know. Was an Oscar winner. One of the last years I actually cared about Oscars. And that is a movie called Promising Young Woman. I don't know if you're familiar with that one. And about a woman who bad things happened to her friend, and she decided to go out and get full-on revenge. And boy, does she get revenge on her. She go all out. She kicks some butt when she does her thing. So I have never seen this movie, but I am curious because it's a Tony Jaa movie. I had actually there was a time where I figured that Tony Jaa was going to be the next Bruce Lee because he was just that great. On Bak was an amazing film, and he is an amazing martial artist. He's a Thai martial artist. And one of his films that he did that flopped, unfortunately, was called The Protector. But it didn't flop enough that they didn't do a sequel to The Protector. The Protector Part 2. I actually like The Protector. But I've never seen Part 2. Have you seen those movies, Dave?
I've seen The Protector. I know I have The Protector too, but I haven't watched it.
I've seen the On Bak trilogy, and I've seen the original Protector, but not Part 2. And before I grab another stack, I've got another series. Another anime series called Punchline. This one's also Sentai. This also sold for ridiculously cheap. I don't know much about it, but it's weird. When your day begins with being held hostage by hijacking, can things get much worse? How about being kicked out of your own body? Or learning that if you can't repossess your physical shell, you'll trigger a panty-fueled apocalypse that will wipe out all life on the planet. That's interesting.
Sounds like it's more hentai than sentai.
I didn't know panties had the power to wipe out all life on the planet. I guess that's only in anime, isn't it? All right. I've got a couple more stacks. Whew. Another one. All the stacks. Of course, if you haven't seen Phil Herman's The Unearthed, there you go. This one here is one that I wanted because it had Weird Al in it. And that's got Judd Apatow on it as well. And it's called Pop Star.
Okay.
It is a comedy. So after 2 years sold out worldwide tour, Connor For Real, played by Andy Samberg, is the biggest name in music. Go behind the scenes as Connor faces a crisis of popularity with the sophomore film album drops, leaving fans, sycophants, and rivals all wondering what to do when Connor For Real is no longer the dopest star of all. So this is sort of a mockumentary, I guess. I've never seen Pop Star. Have you seen Pop Star?
I have not.
That's all right. I know one that I know you have seen, and that is a movie called Popcorn.
I have the Steelbook.
I have never seen Popcorn. But
That's a very weird.
I like the concept of it. Because if I recall correctly, it's another movie-themed killer. It's sort of like a slasher film, if I remember correctly, isn't it?
It's a very weird mix of a slasher film. I thought it was on the level with like films like The Stuff.
It's got like a lot of big fanfare when it comes to the horror community, so I had to get a copy of it myself. Now, I know another one that we've covered on Inside Movies Galore, Poor Things. That one has like part Frankenstein, part Alice in Wonderland.
I kind of like that movie. I still need to get a copy of it.
It's a really good movie. It is an Oscar winner, I believe. And it is one of the few that came out that year that I was like, yes, I need to get a copy of it. And I'm very glad that Jake decided to have us cover it because it gave me an excuse to watch my copy. I've seen it a few times now, and it just never gets old for me. I love that one. I mean, you've got this person who kind of goes around and he realizes that his master has created life as he transplanted. He managed to save a woman basically that was brain dead by doing some quick Frankenstein surgery. So you have this Frankenstein monster effect, and it's really, really cool how they do it. And then it's also in this weird, almost fantasy type world that they're in. It's very interesting. So I've got two PBS specials here. This first one is The Planets. I always thought that this was really cool because you've got the inner worlds, you got Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and ice worlds, which this is sort of like a documentary series. And I really love the Nova stuff that they did because they're very well in balance. And I love learning about the planets. And this covers all of them, including Neptune, with the exception of one. But that's all right, because PBS and Nova got me covered. Pluto and beyond. Interesting stuff there. I always found this very interesting and very intriguing. And I've saw the planets. I've never seen Pluto and beyond, but I've seen the planets, and it is an amazing documentary. If you haven't checked out the planets, it's still a very good watch. And well worth your time.
I love documentaries about space.
And Nova has some good ones. I've got a few Nova documentaries in my collection. So this here,
I still have a few around here that I still have to watch myself.
This one, either you gave it to me or I picked it up at Dollar Tree. I think I picked it up at Dollar Tree. That is a movie called Playback with Christian Slater. So Julian enlists his friends to film a reenactment of the town's gruesome
found footage
Harlan Deal family murders in a school project. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. Sometimes found footage can be really good. Sometimes it can be really bad. But I know that found footage saturated the market for a good time after Blair Witch. And a kitty cat. Now I've got another one that I think you would actually really like, Dave. Planet of the Apes. But, and this is actually region 2, so I have to play this on my region free player. But the live action Planet of the Apes TV series.
I've got the live action TV series myself. So yeah. Not on Blu-ray, but
still pretty cool. This one's on DVD, but it's kind of cool to have it. I used to watch a couple of those episodes when I was a kid. And to tell you the truth, I haven't seen a lot of the newer ones. The newest I've seen is the Tim Burton one. But I love the original Planet of the Apes ones. One of these days I'm going to start with the Planet of the Apes because we've never covered the original Planet of the Apes on Inside Movies Galore.
No, we have not.
It's on my list, definitely. I think for my birthday I'm doing Hamburger the movie and Hot Dog, but not the Hot Dog the movie because I've seen that one, but there's another Hot Dog movie which I think hamburgers and hot dogs for summer. That would be kind of cool.
I think I've figured out my theme month though. I think I want to cover the Planet of the Apes movies on my birthday.
Better be very specific because Jake might pick some of the new ones. Now, this one I know that Mo got me to get. And that's Planet of the Dinosaurs.
Good one.
I've never watched it, even though it is opened. A spaceship gets lost and is forced to make an emergency landing on an unknown planet. The planet looks much like Earth, only with no trace of civilization. Soon the crew discovers that there are dinosaurs on the planet, and the bloodthirsty buggers at that. The crew hopes to be found and rescued, but they have to struggle to survive.
It's a movie that's so bad it might be good because even the Mystery Science Theater Rip Tracks has covered it, and they do some really good mockery of it.
Well, here is another documentary I got that it must be my documentary pile. I've got so many of them in this, which is Planet Earth 3. I figure this one's got to be 4K. Planet Earth, the documentary, was a Blu-ray must. because it was one of the first ones that was filmed like fully in high definition. And they used to say, if you're gonna have a test for your high def TV, you need to get the Blu-ray of Planet Earth. So I figured that Planet Earth 3 is probably a big test for 4K.
Oh yeah. But you also, if you have not gotten Planet Earth or Planet Earth 2, get them.
Well, I've got them. I've got the Blue Planet and Ice One. It's a really good documentary. David Attenborough does it. The only issue that you might have at the end is if you're somebody who does not believe in environmental stuff and causes, it may feel heavy-handed, because they do talk about environmental issues and pollution and hunting out and all that. So you were talking about bad films. So we have here, I got this on the Disney movie club sale where they're going out. Planes and Planes Fire and Rescue.
Oh God.
I have not seen them, and there are very few Disney animated features that I can say that about. But I've heard Planes is watchable, but it's from the world of Cars, but it's not done by Pixar. And I've heard Planes Fire and Rescue is god-awful. But there's a part of me that wants to collect all the Disney animated stuff. So I was like, well, why not while it's cheap? Because you know it's going to go out of print and it's going to be all over the place.
Yeah.
I ain't going to pay like $90 for Planes.
That's why I keep collecting all the physical shit, because it'll just go out of print.
You know what? I might be able to power through and get through all of my P's. And then I gotta get.
Which I think I'll let. I'll let you.
Well, let's see here. There's an anime called Pupel of Chimney Town. I like these anime movies. Almost always when I've got an anime movie, it's usually very good. Very imaginative, very, very cool like movies. I've never actually seen this or even heard of it beforehand, but it does look really cool. I mean, look at the artwork on that, if I can get focused.
That does look like pretty cool art.
And I mean, it has some pretty cool stuff there. And I've also got another animated one, a nice, sweet family animated feature called Plague Dogs.
That's a South Select one.
Yep. And so I look at this as a trilogy that I need to watch just all back to back. I need to watch Watership Down, Felidae, and the Plague Dogs back to back.
And then have a gun sitting next to your pillow, just in case.
Because those are all really dark animated films. And Plague Dogs is actually essentially about dogs that are being hunted because they escaped from the lab, and they think that one of them or two of them might have a disease they're carrying. So I
put Felidae in with that, and you got a whole.
Yeah, that's why I say I consider this like, well, that's why I say Felidae, Plague Dogs, and Watership Down. Such a. Now this one I got from Mo, because Mo was really down for some reason. So I said, you know what, I would say I'd owe you a movie and a pizza, but you're far away. So instead of going to do that, I just gave him Pizza Man. And I had to get that too because it has Stan Lee in it.
And that's not the Pizza Man that's coming out by Will Colazzo.
No. It's about a pizza delivery boy superhero. So, you know, it might be fun. I mean, it looks fun. It looks entertaining.
It does look entertaining.
Now, something else that's entertaining is a remake of The Pet and the Pendulum by Full Moon Features.
That one was good.
This one's bloodier, of course. I do prefer the older one with gosh, what is his name? With Vincent Price.
Price Vincent.
What's that?
Price Vincent.
But this one does have its charm. It's based on the old Edgar Allan Poe tale, and it's of course, the pendulum is this item where you've got this giant blade, and it's cutting ever closer as it goes back and forth. And it takes place in this creepy castle. It's got a lot of cool stuff about it. Very creeptastic. So this one is one that I am in, believe it or not. Me and Jake, actually.
Uh-oh.
And that is Pickleball Exorcist. So this is an Evan Jacobs film that SRS financed. So Pickleball Exorcist is about this guy who picks up a cursed pickleball racket and starts killing people with it. Now, this priest goes to try and exorcise the pickleball racket with the player there, and to stop the guy's killing spree. Now, it's actually very entertaining. It's very low budget, so don't have your high hopes for like actual splatter and stuff like that. But there are a lot of fun things about it. Jake and I play. I play an exorcist, like an amateur exorcist, trying to exorcise evil spirit from Jake. And it's actually really fun in one scenes. It was actually a fun thing to film in. And I'm kind of happy to be in this one. This one's actually very enjoyable. If you want it, there's one on SRS. It's still on SRS right now. Now, this one you guys have covered on Inside Movies Galore, but I was not on for this discussion. I think we have. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99% sure we covered this one. Well, that is Pieces.
Yes.
Because I got this originally because I was at the time trying to collect every movie that we've covered on the channel. But once I realized that there's no way that could be possible, I decided to stop that. So I got rid of the ones I didn't like and have moved on. I haven't seen Pieces yet, so I couldn't tell you.
Pieces is a good one. I think you'll like it. Originally, when that first came out, the first 1,000 or so came with an actual puzzle that you could actually put together.
But yeah, I like this one. I mean, this is a really cool set. I mean, it's got like embossing on it, which is really cool.
Yeah, Grindhouse Releasing did a nice job on their Blu-rays when they were heavily into putting their stuff out.
It really was. I mean, it was a good one. So this next one, I don't know whether I've seen this one or not. I think I have, but I could be wrong. And that is Phobophobia. The Fear of Fear.
I don't have that one yet.
This one is a Gator Blade. I've got a lot of Gator Blade stuff.
As do I. I just don't think I picked that one up.
I don't know much yet about this. I have to double check it again. But it's it's a anthology feature. So it's possible I've seen it, but I can't tell you unless I watch it again. Now, a bootleg that I made. PhD movie 2.
What?
Still in grad school. What's funny is I actually found I took the movie poster, but I did find the back of the original release. So I put that on here. So it's based off of the PhD comic series, which is about like basically people in grad school. And I found it funny when I was in grad school. So it's kind of cool to have it. The second one does have a limited release, but it's so hard to find. You never find them on eBay. You never find copies of PhD Movie 2 on eBay. I would love to get a copy of it that's official. I do have an official copy of the first one. That one's actually got a very wide printing, so you can easily get a hold of the first one. But that second one is like elusive as hell. But I ended up buying it digitally. So I had a digital download that I actually did purchase. So I did pay for the film. I just decided I wanted to back up my digital purchase on a physical disc. So in a way, you could say it's not necessarily a bootleg because I'm not selling it. It's more of a backing up or my preferred way to store my digital purchase. And I could say that for the next one too. Because the next one is really hard to get a physical copy because it's very, very out of print. And that is Guar's Phallus in Wonderland. Now, this one and Skullhead Face are the two main Guar movies that aren't just like extended music videos. Very weird movies. But I made this one myself. Again, I purchased a digital copy and I decided to make a physical copy of the digital copy. Because, hey, I purchased it. I can store it how I want, darn it. And I want to store it physically.
All right.
You got more stacks to show?
Yeah, just a few.
All right.
These are books that I picked up. Now, we have actually covered the movie that has to do with this book.
Uh-oh.
Helter Skelter.
Yep. I was
So I decided to pick up the book for it because I'd never read it. Next, I guess there's a series of these books out there, and I thought that this might be entertaining to look at per se. I'm trying to put these books in a stack so that I can just show off. Now, this one says it's the complete middle school study guide, everything you need to ace American history in one big fat notebook. And what's interesting is it's all notes as if somebody went through the entire history and like wrote it as if a middle school or where, you know, writing the historical facts down. I thought this was actually quite interesting.
That is
in a different way to show and teach your child.
It is. And it never hurts to have extra history books on there because you never can trust what they're teaching in the schools.
Nope. So, go ahead. I know you've got more stuff.
Oh, well, yeah. I have got this much. And then I'm actually done, which I could probably get done. Just tell me when you got more stuff you want to show off.
I'll show off these next three, and then you can go, and then I've got three more that I can show off.
All right. Well, I'll show three, then you show three, then.
So, go ahead.
Yeah, and then so this next one is called "The Pet Girl of Sakurasu." This is one of those where this guy ends up having to take care of this girl, who I think is an author or something like that. And she's not really very good about taking care of her own needs. So he ends up having to take care of her. Now, I haven't watched this thing, but I heard a lot of good stuff about it. Sentai has this one, and it released in the English dub. And I got it for $10 on a Sentai sale. And to me, most anime that's 24 episodes long, that's $10 is a no-brainer for a purchase like that. All right, number 2 of this. Oh, we're doing the pet stuff. Now, here's another one called Pet, but it looks very different from Pet Girl. So this is one of those things that's about psychics and about people trying to hack your mind. It's got a very what's that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio where he goes inside the mines and stuff? Inception?
Oh.
Is that right? Inception?
Yes, Inception.
kind of has a Inception-ish quality to it. At least that's what I've read. I've not seen it yet. Another Sentai one that I got really cheap. And then one more, and then you can do your 3. And this one is actually the movie The Predator, which I have not seen this one. I need to. But it looks cool. I've heard mixed things about this one.
I liked that one.
So I do need to see it.
Okay, so these are 3 Civil War novels that were written by Jeff Shera. They originally came in like a box set type thing, but the box ripped and just kind of had to throw it out. But they're used, as you can see the binding has some wrinkles on it, but I don't care. I'll still be able to read the novels. The pages are not like water damaged or anything. I'll be able to read them. Yeah. So but only one of these out of this trilogy was made into a movie, and that would be Gods and Generals.
Oh yeah.
Which, if you know anything about it, I know it came out around the same time as like that one movie called Galore.
Yeah.
And I believe it had the Dumb and Dumber guy in it, Jeff Daniels.
Ah.
The movie, but you got Gods and Generals, The Killer Angels, and The Last Full Measure, which these are the 3 novels that have to do with one another. It's I know they did the Gods and Generals, but they never entirely did any other movies in or of the trilogy. So I thought seeing these show up at my mom's resale shop. You know what? I haven't seen the movie. Knew of the movie. Figured maybe I can read the books before I see the movie kind of thing. So
I've only ever read Gods and Generals. I haven't seen the movie or the other 2. But one glorious thing about paperbacks is that paperbacks are meant to be read until they are totally disintegrated. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, they're not sturdy books. They're not made to be sturdy. They're just made to be read. And so it's not as big. To me, if you're getting a paperback, you're getting it because you want to read it. You're not getting a paperback to collect it. You're going to get that because you want to just like flip through it. Something you don't have to be as careful with. I mean, I'm always about taking care of things, but paperbacks are meant to, die.
Yeah.
So the 3 I've got here. This is one I want to see, and I just never got to it. And I think I will be reviewing this one sooner than later. Maybe when I get this set, when I get everything sorted. And that is the sequel to Psycho 8, Psycho 8 Wrath of Kong. I don't even know if they're still selling it on eBay.
I've meant to pick that up, but the price that he was selling it at first was like $30 or something like that.
I don't know what he was selling. I wonder if he's still selling it on eBay. Let's see. Psycho 8 Wrath of Kong. Let's see if he's still selling it on there. $20.
Okay.
Which, for an indie creator, that's not bad. And I love Psycho 8. The original Psycho 8 was hilarious. And this one can't be any worse. Mr. Anderson. People love to look at your tail a lot, I guess. I guess that's what you're hoping. Yeah. Just like, I'm going to be right up here. The second one is one that got a lot of notoriety, and I have not seen it yet. But I've heard it's like gloriously violent, and that is PG Psycho Goreman.
I liked it. It wasn't as gory as I anticipated it as being the way they made it sound, but it was definitely had an 80s flair.
It's about like it's got this like robot, like destructive robot. It's controlled by these two kids, and that's kind of cool, like as a concept.
That's another one that had a nice Blu-ray set. Like the same company put out Bunny the Killer Thing.
Oh,
This was the one that they did next. That had like a limited edition, like 3 disc thingy with like a soundtrack thing that went out of print,
oh,
uh, like fast.
you know what's weird is that Bunny the Killer Thing is one of those that I didn't care as much for the movie, but darned if that set is not one of the coolest Blu-ray sets I've ever seen. And because of that, I will probably I will keep the movie for a long time because I got one of those. I actually snagged one of those myself. I snagged one of the limited sets, and I didn't snag it for much. I got it for like under $20 when I did, and I was lucky about it apparently. So I was glad it was in good
Hey,
condition.
I was lucky finding my copy on Amazon and getting a low number for getting it that way.
Last of this three is Psychopath's Providence. Now, for those who don't know Psychopaths, it's about this future where mood is regulated, and if you aren't like in that slave state of mind, you are considered an outlier, hunted down and shot by these people who are the Psychopaths team. And some of these people are actually left to be alive and be on this team. And it's interesting. It's an interesting story. I think that it kind of jumped the shark at season 2, and the movie is okay. But the first season is amazing.
That I have to agree with because I remember picking up the whole thing for the first season, second season, and that Providence for like $50 on eBay.
And I'll tell you, if you haven't seen it, you should definitely watch the first season of Psychopaths. It's really good.
All right. So next 3 books, and probably my last stuff to show. I like stuff about the Salem witch trials, so I thought this was interesting. The Devil in Massachusetts: A Modern Inquiry into the Salem Witch Trials.
Ooh, that's always cool. I mean, Salem witch trials were interesting.
A horror novel that says it's book 1 from Dreamhouse King's book 1, House of Dark Shadows. Sounds interesting.
Oh.
It's by Robert Liparulo. And R.L. Stine has a quote. I think that's what caught my attention, is that R.L. Stine quoted something on it. And then On the Warrior's Path. This is philosophy, fighting, and martial arts mythology. It looks like it's a college prep book.
Yeah, probably is something like that.
So, figured I'd check it out. I love martial arts.
It's been a long time since I've been to college, but it looks like a college book.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, he was John Knight was talking about how he has everything but the movie. Yeah, the movie was pretty expensive, so I waited until it went on sale. I don't think I would buy it full price. I don't know. Providence just wasn't worth the price of admission for me. But I do have it now. I got it cheaper. Hey, I got Christmas movies. A Christmas movie. It's a beloved tale released by SRS called Psycho Santa 1 and 2.
Now, years ago, you could actually get it on a set with like 3 others, and I think I still have those around. SRS Cinema used to be a lot into like putting multiple things on one set, and then they're also good at marketing. So over the years,
they just signed a buddy of mine for a deal. So yeah. Which I look forward to seeing that. I'd hope that he gets a good release for his film. I need to remind him to take that stuff down when he thing off of YouTube, because you probably don't want the movie on YouTube. You probably won't be very happy about that. But yeah, Psycho Santa. I don't remember it. I know I've watched it. I don't remember either of those. I think they went by a different name originally. Maybe you've seen this one, because I have not. It's a Kino Lorber. I got it because of Joe Pesci and Barbara Hershey, which is in a comedy called The Public Eye.
I've heard of it. I've wanted to see it, but Barbara Hershey, she's a good actress.
I mean, Kino does these big sales, and for $5, I was willing to do it.
$5, it's worth it.
And I like Joe Pesci comedies. I mean, I love Eight Heads in a Duffel Bag. So, he does some fun work. All right. Now, here's one I'm pretty sure you know, which is Puffin Stuff Zaps the World.
Oh, Huffin Stuff. That's the place that sued McDonald's, and that's why we don't have a Hamburglar no more.
It is a weird stuff. I mean, Sid and Marty Krofft they were odd. They were on something.
That's the movie. That's the movie, not the series.
Yeah, that is the movie. I don't think I could stomach the series, or Sidney the Sea Monster, or Sigmund the Sea Monster, any of that. But it wouldn't be bad for me to see, the actual movie, so I could do that at least. And I got it relatively cheap from Code Red. It's just a cool product.
Yeah, I agree. I've been meaning to eventually probably hunt down a copy of that.
Speaking of something that's a cool product, something I need to do one of these days. North Korea doesn't do much in the way of releases. And this one was purchased from a school, essentially. Because, again, they don't widely sell, because North Korea is communist dictatorship, totalitarian government, and they're shut off from the world. But their leaders are known for being very extravagant to themselves and starving their people. But they did decide but they have had some productions, and they decided to do their own Godzilla film, because why not? And it's called Pulgasari. Now, this is one that you don't see very often. And like I say, this one here was actually released by PRS Studio, which does a few things for schools and stuff like that. And it's more for a learning thing, that's how I would look at it, is more just it is an exercise in learning.
I think there's another guy that I know. I can't think of his name right now, but he does his own, distribution of films, and I think he put out that one as well. I'll have to look him up again, but I thought it was funny.
I have only 3 more to go. It's going to be interesting. One's a Dollar Tree, and the other 2 are Full Moon features. This one here is called Pumpkins. It just looks cool. Looks like something I would like. What's sad is, Hack-O-Lantern is out of print. Which is sad. And not only is it out of print, you can't get a copy for under $100, and that's sad.
No, you can't. But I'm glad that I picked up a copy of that and 3 Dead Trick-or-Treaters at the same time.
Let's see. An elderly man is hopelessly devoted to his prized pumpkin patch. When some delinquents destroy his prized possessions, he dies of a massive heart attack and is reborn as an abomination, hell-bent on revenge. The creature and his minions rain havoc over guilty and innocent alike. It reminds me of another one, like a Halloween movie set. This one does, where they would knock on this door, and you're not supposed to knock on the door because if you trick or treat and you knock on the door, then it summons these creatures, these demon creatures, and they're supposed to kill you and then bring you to hell or something like that. And I can't think of what the movie's name is, but there were two: the Barn, and the Barn 2. Yeah, that was the name of the movie series. Those were actually really fun. I really enjoyed watching those. So these two are movies in the Puppet Master franchise, and some of the actual newest movies they release. I've tried to get all of them. I have that really nice Puppet Master set, but my copy is kind of messed up because the screws and the hinges came loose.
Oh, you're talking about the Puppet
chest.
Master Chulon treasure chest?
Yeah. It's really cool, but yeah, it's very heavy, which is there. But this is Blade the Iron Cross, which a lot of people love. Blade the puppet. He's one of the, I think he's the ringleader of them all. He's the one that has blades for arms. And they have this weird connection to like Nazis and stuff like that came later on. Puppet Master got weird as it went on. I mean, not that it was like, particularly not weird beforehand, but last one, because I haven't picked anything out for O. And that is Dr. Death.
Okay.
The doctor is in. Sane. And to tell you the truth, I think I stopped collecting Full Moon stuff once Mo kind of left the whole group and stopped cheerleading for it. And then never watched half of the stuff. There are some things about Full Moon that I like. I put this up because I'm done with my stuff. But I admit, I don't like everything from Full Moon. Sometimes they put out cheap stuff.
I don't like everything either, but Subspecies, that series was entertaining all the way to the last one that they did. That was an interesting time period for them because that was their vampire series. And of course the initial Puppet Master stuff. But of course, if you know anything about the Puppet Master movies, all you really need is the legacy of Puppet Master, and then everything on forward, because that one they just totally do a greatest hits all the way down the willy nilly film road, kind of like a greatest bits. But yeah, I still have to get Baby Oopsie trilogy if I really wanted to get back into. I was collecting the Evil Bong series, but that just like spawned out of control.
Well, I mean, there's 8 films in the Evil Bong series, and then there is Gingerweed Man, which is only one film, and then there's the
Ginger Dead Man.
Ginger Dead Man series as a part of it because they kind of hooked them together. You have the 3 Ginger Dead Man movies and Ginger
Dead versus Evil Bong,
and that's it. That's all of them. I've got them all. I've watched all of them, but Gingerweed Man and Evil Bong 8. Well, you can tell the arthritis in my hand, just like how nodule it is. Yeah, the I don't know. I really wish that they would just go ahead and federally make weed legal instead of just have it through the states, because that would be the state that would probably be the preferred state to watch the Ginger Dead Man, sorry, not Ginger Dead Man, the Evil Bong series, especially after part 3. they're fun watches when you're just kind of laid back and just kind of taking it back like that. But you really have to be in a laid back mood to just get enjoyment out of it, because they just kind of,
Yes, you do.
they come across as being done by people who are high.
Yes, I agree.
But but I was more, see, the thing was, Mo was, he grew up with Full Moon being in the movie stores and stuff when he was a kid, and that was there. With me, it was Empire, if you're going to go with those people before they became Full Moon, because for me it was the 80s, and Empire was big.
Or Shadow Entertainment, which was another one of their VHS lines.
The good gosh, movies like Dolls or Cellar Dweller, those things scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. Or movies like Rock Jocks or Robot Jocks, or things like that. They always fascinated me as a kid. So, fun stuff. Well, I hope y'all have enjoyed this. If you did enjoy it, there's a discussion coming up tonight. And it's coming up on a channel, one you might have heard of. It's called Inside Movies Galore. And we're covering.
I forgot to give you the new one, didn't I?
And we're covering like a film called what is it? Called Clerks 3. As we finally get to the end of Clerks month. It's been a long month. It's been a very long Clerks month. We kind of took a break at Clerks month, but we went ahead and finished it. Oh, let's see. What have we got? Interesting. Oh, I can save that.
Yep.
Give me a second here.
Because Inside Movies Galore has a new logo. That was our original logo, right there. But if you want to follow along with us, I'm starting to put a lot of our older episodes. Get back to putting our older episodes onto Spotify more often.
This will be the last month that we'll be able to post it. Because, once we go to freebie, you're going to see that little duck logo in the corner again.
Oh, yeah.
But, I can't afford $500 a year for this darn thing.
I understand.
It's crazy to me because I understand they're trying all this AI stuff for it. And they're like, hey, look at this, AI that. I'm like, I'll tell you what. Why don't you do this? Give me a lower price point without the AI, and I will gladly do that. Where are you?
Here as well, I would do that too. So,
because do it for $200. I would do it for $200. If somebody would kick me $100, I'd do it for $300. But nobody wants to do that. So,
well,
it's sad.
Unfortunately, I don't have a job. Otherwise, I might be able to throw 200 bones in and do it for 500 and keep on doing it that way. But I do not. So
yeah, the original concept worked better when we could all do something to chip in. But yeah, when I've been basically covering it on my own, it's just hard to do. Especially when we really don't need a lot of the fancy stuff for some of the stuff. You probably won't see a lot more of these because they take a long time sometimes. And, well, Inside Movies Galore. All right, let's try that now. I'm using this as a show off of the new one if I can get it up. Pictures, because that would be a good way to end this so that we can see it. Inside Movies Galore. There we go. And it's uploading. And there you go. It's all up there now.
Cool.
So it's all ready. So tonight on Inside Movies Galore, we are covering Kevin Smith's end of the Clerks trilogy, Clerks 3. So check it out at 9 p.m. Well, give or take some time. 9 to 9:30-ish p.m., depending on when we start. I guess it depends on when Jake gets done with dinner.
Yep.
And then we'll see you then. But until next time, well, we'll just see you then. So you could come with us. We'll bring you. We're abducting you, all one of you, and taking you to Inside Movies Galore. Join us. Actually, I'll even show you. I will show you what we've got in store. See, look at that. Now, isn't that cool? We've got that nice backdrop right
Yeah, it does look cool.
See, so you see, you're gonna miss out if you don't show up. In any case, we'll see you on the next one. And by the way, so drop in the comments on this thing if you're watching this later, where you're. Well, I guess you won't. Drop in the comments which one of the channels you watch this the most on. Even if you watch this on Delusions of Grandeur, if you normally watch these on SeptumSin, check that out. If not, if you're on my channel and you usually watch on Delusions, say, hey, yeah, I usually watch on Delusions, but I decided to give this asshole a try. It's something like that. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Inside Movies Galore just makes you just want more. We've had all in the world of media to explore. Horror, anime, or Curious George. Our love of new things was our reward. It is the best night of our week.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.